Alright, kind of a random video tonight. I actually have no idea what I'm going to talk about. I wish there was a way I could put in my title, hey, if you're bored, click on the video. You want to talk a little boxing, click on the video. I guess I could go live. That would be the right way to do it, but that's just too much damn trouble. Now, I do have a little bit I want to bring you guys tonight, just kind of an update on the Canelo Golovkin trilogy. I made a video, I don't know, about a week ago, and a good source of mine gave me very good information that I think is trustworthy and reliable, and I brought it to you guys. I basically told you that, I wish I could just tell you who in the hell told me this. I mean, and I want to kind of elaborate on that a little bit. I told you guys that I was told there's going to be a fight in Mexico City in September 2019, Canelo Golovkin trilogy. And it's kind of, it's basically a done deal. There is not, there is signed contracts, but not between these two guys, or at least not that the public is aware of. But I'll elaborate on it a little bit. And look, I mean, I don't like clickbait, okay? I cannot stand the clickbait garbage. And you know what? We'll spend a little bit of time talking about clickbait today. Can't stand it. But so I try really hard to have integrity and things like that on the channel. But so it wasn't that at all. I felt that it was, dependable information. So I brought it to you guys. But anyway, let me elaborate. So, I told you that, a friend of mine will be working that event, and he had his paperwork, and he agreed to work that particular event. Now, not just any event at the Aztec Center, Mexico City. He would be participating in that event. Okay, so I'll tell you that he's a fighter. Not going to tell you anything more. Now, if you go to a fight, take for example, the video you're watching right now was one of the last fights I covered for Golden Boy. That's me filming. I'm behind the camera filming, by the way. No copyright bullshit. That's me filming. You have like 17, 18 fights on the undercard, and then you have like 3 or 4 televised fights that go to pay-per-view or to whatever network, it may be Showtime, HBO, whatever. So I will tell you, the person that gave the information to me, he'll be on the televised part of the event. So he's a fighter. That's all I'm going to tell you. It could be one of 10 people, right? So, an actual fighter gave me this information along with a friend of mine. Now, a friend of mine, this is going to sound even crazier, but he's in a band, okay? Look, guys, it's going to be a long video. I got a lot of babbling to do. I apologize. Click off, whatever. By the way, sub to the channel. Come to the group Counter Punch Boxing Talk. Counter Punch Boxing on Facebook, not the like page. And, send a request, and I'll approve your request, and we can talk boxing. But anyway, a friend of mine, he's in a band. And he's friends with Tom Loeffler, and he told me the exact same thing. So I'm there thinking like, okay, damn, I've got a friend of mine that knows Tom Loeffler on a personal level, which I can tell you that. And then I have another friend of mine that's a fighter that says, he's already signed his contract to fight on the undercard. So that's big. I mean, so how could I keep that to myself? But like I said, I'm not going to tell you who. It could be anybody. I'm not going to tell you who. So I felt that was reliable enough to bring to you guys without really, breaking that, reporter source confidentiality thing, right? I don't want to be that guy. And so hopefully I haven't told you too much, but that's all I know. That's all I know. Both guys told me the same thing. But now, I don't know, and I'm looking for clues, because anytime I get any kind of information like that, I look for clues in the media to back it up. Like, what is Oscar talking about? What are the headlines? That kind of thing. And you can't get clues on YouTube, because YouTube, 99% of YouTube boxing is garbage, shit, clickbait, okay? And here's the funny thing. By the way, the channel you're on now, my channel, we got we're approaching 9,000 subs, But yet, I have as many views as like an Ego or one of these other guys that have 250,000 subs or 100,000. How is that possible? And not to mention this channel alone, I probably get 400 or 500, literally 500 comments a day. Because I have roughly 500 videos. So you got to think that's a lot of video. I still get comments from a video I made a year ago. So I know a lot of you guys wonder, if I don't reply to your comments below. I try to, I really do. But I mean, daily, like I said, it's between 3 and 4 and 500. On a busy night, we can get 7, 8, 900 comments. So it's hard to reply to all of them. Is my point. But anyway, I look for clues, right? And I searched the internet today. I went all through YouTube, and I can't find anything. I can. If you Google Canelo Golovkin, Mexico City, there are articles that pop up and they talk about it. So that might be a hint that it's true. I don't know, possibly. But, I haven't really heard anything outside of my own source like rock solid. Here, I'm going to click to my other video. Look, this is me covering, I think it was Canelo Chavez. I'm up there. Actually, right where that camera guy is, I'm right there, right below that camera dude was my seat. I was front row, next to that dude right there. But anyway, so yeah, I haven't heard a whole lot, but we'll see. Now, Frank Warren. Okay, I want to talk about this. Frank Warren still trying to put together Billy Joe Saunders and Gennady Golovkin. I'm on my other phone right here. I'm gonna read this article, just a little bit of it. He says, just days after UK promoter Frank Warren announced contact had been made for a fight between Billy Joe Saunders and Gennady Golovkin, Oscar De La Hoya awoke from his social media silence. Okay. And Oscar, he's been pretty quiet in the media lately. Over a week after his last post, De La Hoya moved to state his intentions to make Canelo Golovkin 3. So now you have Oscar in the news talking about the trilogy. And it says, which will disappoint British fans looking forward to Saunders getting his chance at a big fight. Now, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Back when, and I made a video about it a long time ago, Billy Joe Saunders, he only wanted the Triple G fight whenever Golovkin had already signed with an opponent or he had a mandatory, when he knew it wasn't a real possibility. It's only recent, I think, that Billy Joe Saunders has taken it seriously, like he truly wants that fight. I think back then it was just clout. It's clout. He was using Gennady Golovkin's name to build up his own name, right? He was just riding on Triple G's coattail. Now, I think he really, truly wants that fight. So it goes on to talk about Warren had said he was hopeful of getting the deal done for Golovkin Saunders this year. We signed for the fight twice. They sent contracts. We signed them and sent them back. Warren told the whatever podcast, he says, will they want the fight with no titles on the line? Maybe money will talk. And in fact, my son spoke to Tom Lawford today, so we're exploring that option. We want to make the fight. It would be a fantastic fight. Warren also revealed a fight between Canelo Saunders is off the table for the foreseeable future, and that's because, and they talk about the reason Canelo won't fight Billy Joe Saunders is because of what Billy Joe Saunders did to David Lemieux. Okay, so, and then he says, De La Hoya wasted no time making his intentions clear by informing Eric Gomez to initiate negotiations for a trilogy. And he said, he tweeted out, Oscar tweets, I've given marching orders to my president, make war, okay, at hashtag make war, or make war hashtag whatever, to start talks with at Gennady Golovkin at Canelo, blah, blah, blah. So basically, Oscar De La Hoya, he tweets out, Frank Warren's talking about a possible Golovkin Saunders, and Oscar De La Hoya, it's like he got a little bit jealous, right? He's like, whoa, back up now. That's my fight. Like, you're trying to take my opponent away because I already got shit lined up, so that's what I think. Now, I doubt it's going to be May. We heard rumors that it might be May. T-Mobile Arena. Like, when I saw that, I was like, man, you got to be kidding me. Like, they're talking. I would rather see Triple G fight in Vegas, or not Vegas, but Mexico, right? In Mexico City, like, no shit, rather than Vegas. I mean, I just would, because they were talking about last time Golovkin went there, he had like a standing ovation from, whatever it was, 40, 50,000 people. He showed up at some event, got a standing ovation, okay, by the Mexican people in Mexico, right? In Mexico. So that's a big deal, so I don't know. So maybe he might be better off. Honestly, he might be better off in Mexico than Vegas, right? I mean, I would rather see him look, I'm going to Google right now. I'm going to Google boxing news, Gennady Golovkin right here. Loeffler says Triple G is still not a broadcast free agent. Let's click on that. See what the hell they're talking about here. This is from Boxing News 24. I'm reading my other phone here. Shout out Boxing News 24. I actually kind of like those guys. Says right here, Golovkin still hasn't signed with U.S. broadcaster, according to promoter Tom Loeffler, despite rumors that were circulating around the internet on Saturday about Triple G. Okay, supposedly having signed with DAZN. Now, from what I heard, like I told you guys too, I heard, you know, he is going to sign with DAZN. And really, I mean, like, what are their intentions? Is it money? Belts? I mean, according to them, they want the belts. But I'm kind of tired of hearing that personally, right? Because we all know, you know, that's all they talked about. And they had a chance to become the undisputed middleweight champion and fight Billy Joe Saunders, and they didn't take the fight. You know, so it's kind of hard for me to... you know, to believe them. I'm going to be honest. As a Triple G fan, I have a hard time believing, you know, when they talk about, you know, we want a belt or we want the, well, you told me that before and you did the exact opposite. So let me rewind that a little bit. You did the exact opposite. So I have a hard time believing it. So I don't know. In my mind, you know, they need to get a belt. If they want to have any kind of bargaining power or any leverage, like they can only ride that name for so long. Like look, here's the thing. You know, you're only as good as your last fight in boxing, right? They can only ride that Gennady Golovkin name for so damn long, and eventually it's going to lose the power. You know, they need a big win. They need a big fight. They need a belt. They need something. You know, they need some momentum, okay? I mean, that's they need momentum. You know, you can say, you know, yes, I believe the first fight was a robbery. The second fight, draw, you know, but I still had Golovkin winning, but I'm cool with the draw, all right? But, you know, you can only ride that, you know, I'm a victim, I got robbed, and my name's Gennady Golovkin for so damn long. You know, they need to get their ass in gear. They really do. They need to get in gear and get some shit popping here because, you know, right now, I mean, to me, hey, it looks like Canelo's getting all the shine. You know, a $300 and whatever million deal with DAZN. You know, just got a big knockout against Rocky Fielding, which, you know, whatever. I mean, that was basically an act, but still, you know, it appeals to the fans, and you've got to stay active in boxing. And what kills a boxer? I mean, we all talk about it. What kills a boxer? Inactivity, right? Inactivity. And I'm a little bit worried about that. So let me get back into the article. Those were fake news and not the reality. Loeffler says that as soon as Golovkin makes a decision about which U.S. platform he wants to sign with, there will be an announcement. However, it's widely expected that he'll sign with DAZN, okay? The biggest money fight out there for Golovkin is Canelo, okay? Again, we know that. And he has a rivalry with him after losing to him 12-round majority decision last September, blah, 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 blah. When Gennady Golovkin decides what he wants to do, we'll make the official announcement, Loeffler said. The best thing is to wait until there's an official announcement. You know, he's the biggest in demand. He's the biggest in demand free agent, kind of like Mikey Garcia, free agent as of now. It goes on to say, and I agree with this part of the article, it would be surprising if Golovkin signed with PBC, right, to fight on Fox or Fox S1 or Showtime or ESPN instead of DAZN. If Golovkin chooses not to sign with DAZN, it could make things difficult when it comes to putting, not difficult when it comes to putting a Canelo trilogy. It would make it nearly impossible, right? I mean, how can he go with Showtime and then fight? It'd be nearly impossible. You might as well, look, if he signs with anyone other than DAZN, the trilogy will not happen, okay? Golovkin has options, though. If he signs with PBC, his fights would be on Showtime pay-per-view likely, and he might wind up making a really good money if he faces some regular popular fighters like Jermell Charlo or Smith. You know, signing with DAZN would make sense for Golovkin if he gets a big enough contract to justify it. So I don't know, it says here it'll look bad if Golovkin's contract with DAZN is only a fraction of what Canelo received. And that's true. Now, look, there's no way in hell they're going to give an older Gennady Golovkin, you know, just this lucrative deal like they gave Canelo, you know. And he says it'll look bad if Golovkin's contract with DAZN is only a fraction of what Canelo's in his prime. You know, I mean, he's the young prime cash cow. Of course, you know, he's going to get more than Gennady Golovkin. You know, so, and how many fights, I forget, how many fights did Canelo sign for? It was 8, 7, 6, 10, I don't know, don't care. But I think it was, I want to say it was like 8 fights. I can't remember, but I don't think it would look bad, though. I mean, you know, if, you know, let's say he agreed to like 2 fights a year, okay? You know, one at the end of 2019, 2022, 2021, to say a 5-fight deal, 100 million, hey, 80 million, why not? You know what I mean? That's good money, you know? Shit. So, you know, so no, and I can already hear and read the clickbait now. You know, oh, you triple G gay, what do they call them? Triple gay fanboys, you know, only getting 30, 40 million, or 100 million, whatever. Canelo gets 400 million. I can hear it now. I mean, you know, it's just, I mean, the politics in boxing is just retarded. So, Canelo did test positive on the test. What am I reading here? That was the earliest that he'd been tested for. Loeffler said about Canelo's 2 positive tests for a ban. Why are they talking? They're bringing up the clenbuterol crap again. I don't care about that. I mean, look, to me, it's not old news, you know, and I would, you know what, it might be a good time to talk about that old clenbuterol, right? You know, I want to know, is Canelo being tested right now, right? That's my thing, is he being tested? So, you know, I'd like to know. Hang on, let me get past all this crap here. I don't know what I clicked on. But yeah, so, I don't know. I'm just kind of babbling, but like I said, I just want to talk a little boxing. Let's see, another headline, Canelo versus Gennady Golovkin, Cinco de Mayo. All right, let's click on that. I'm falling for the clickbait, people. I'm reading the clickbait. Okay, the first fight ended in a controversial draw. It's like, can these writers like come up with something new, right? You know, it's like, why do they have to? The first they want to open it up and tell you what you already know. Then they want to tell you their stats. Then they want to tell you this. And they want to tell you. Then they want to go over the scorecards. And then you got to like the last like paragraph of the damn article is them talking about what the caption actually says. Okay. Last night I had preliminary talks with Golovkin's people, so we threw it out there about fighting for a third time. Cinco de Mayo is the biggest weekend in boxing in Las Vegas. Starting talks. Canelo is open to anything. Okay, now remember, Canelo said he's not interested in a fight with Golovkin after the Fielding fight. But anyway, it says Canelo is a fighter who wants to fight anybody to be great. And so a third fight is a possibility. Okay, we're starting discussions, and we'll see where it leads from there, De La Hoya said. De La Hoya also added, a lot of pride is at stake. Canelo's a proud fighter, therefore he fights the very best, you know, all the time. Bullshit. The fight between the pair last year was considered one of the best of the year. It was also the highest pay-per-view of the year and second biggest pay-per-view behind a UFC 229. 229, I think that was McGregor, Habib, I think. Or Khabib. But the first fight in 2017 and in a controversial draw, when I mean, why did they just, I hate when it's like fillers, like we already know this, okay? We signed for the fight twice. They sent contracts and we signed them. They sent them back. Okay, they're talking about, what's his name there? Here, let's read what the fans have to say. This dude says, knock him out, Ggg, or lose again. Controversial fight. Neither one has won yet. Without leaving a doubt, we need a third fight. And I agree with that, right? I mean, neither guy has a definitive win. I think Triple G won the first fight, but was it definitive? Was it mind-blowing without a doubt? No, of course not, you know? And you people call me biased. I mean, I'm the most non-biased person on YouTube. You know, no, it wasn't controversial. It was, or wasn't one-sided, rather. But, you know, I had Golovkin winning like 7-5. You know, 8, 9, 10, yeah, 7-5. You know, maybe 8-4, right? I mean, and truthfully, originally I had it 7-5. When I went back and watched it again, I had it 8-4. Now, the rematch, like I said, I'm okay with the draw. You know, hate me for it, whatever. I would edge it to Golovkin because, you know, to be the champion, you got to beat the champion, for one. For two, you know, I just thought he won. You know, it wasn't a convincing win, no. So, yes, it's like, you know, to me, if there's any trilogy that ever needed to be a trilogy in boxing history, it would be Canelo Golovkin. You know, I mean, look, do we want to see Mayweather Pacquiao? No, we don't. I mean, although right now you got Adrian Broner, you know, pretty much like fighting for that exact fight. But, you know, no, we don't want to see it. Do we want to see, you know, Pacquiao, Bradley 3? No. Marquez 3? No. You know, but you know, I think most people would like to see Golovkin, Canelo 3. Now, a lot of people, you know, I've noticed, I've even put up a poll, and people say, oh, no, I don't want to see that crap. You know, fuck that, whatever. I'm done with that. Bullshit. You know, give it a month into the promotion, and they'll be like jumping out of their seat, you know, can't wait for the fight. So, you know, I've noticed that too about you boxing fans out there. You know, you try to say you're not interested in the fight, but when it rolls around, you know, you can't wait. And then they'll put up a post like, they'll be like, Yeah, I really didn't want to watch it at first, but now, man, I can't wait. I'm pumped up. I'm hyped. I'm excited. That's typically how it goes, and I've been there too. I mean, hey, I'm not trying to, throw anything at you. I've been there too. I know I've done that. We're like, I'm not watching this crap. I don't care about it. And then for whatever reason, I get really into it. And here we go. So I think that would happen. My point is, I think that would happen. The people that say they don't want to see it, they eventually would. They'd get on board. They jump on board. They just got to be tough in the media, right? They got to be them hardcore boxing fans, and they can't show that side of themselves in the boxing world. So I don't know. Hang on a second. Hang on real quick. I gotta take a drink of water. Woo! Damn, I'm talking too much. Okay, well, my water is empty. Well, never mind. Anyway, I don't know, guys. I'll probably leave it at that. Look, also, I'm gonna go live on the channel pretty soon, like as a test. I did it like, I don't know, a couple months ago, and it was pretty cool. But I think maybe like tomorrow. I don't know, maybe tonight. I don't know. I'm gonna do a test. I don't care if there's only like 10 people on there, but also probably like once a week I'm gonna go live at a set time, so you guys know when I'm live. Like, let's say every Friday night, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever, from 9 to 10, we're going to be live. So that way you know when to come to the channel and, catch us live. And also, I told you guys, I want to have a way you can call in and we can talk boxing. So if anyone out there would like to do that, leave a comment below. If you made it this far, congratulations. If you've endured my babbling for 21 minutes and 22 seconds, congratulations. But if you want to come on the channel and talk boxing, let me know. I'd be more than happy to bring people on. So anyway, guys, leave it below what you think.